Howdy y'all! Today I'm going to be talking about crocheting without a pattern, which is a majority of what I make.
I always start by doing some visual research. I work better off of physical items, so I just googled pickle jars and I'm looking around. I like that one with the blue label and the blue lid, very classic. Cartoon graphics also help if you're doing something like animals. Makes it simpler to identify the different shapes in them. Okay, now I drew it out so I can see it a little simpler. I have 4 pieces that I'm going to need to make. I'm going to make a lid, the body, the top part of the label, and the rectangle part of the label, and then I'm going to have to sew it all together to make the shape.
Alrighty, so I have my 4 pieces. I have my jar. I decided on the height basically by eye, being like, that looks like a nice size. I have my lid. I made it 1 increase bigger than my bottom so that it can fit right on top when I sew it. I changed the color to blue. I have part 1 of the label, and then I have the second part. I'm going to sew these together, and I'm going to add a blue border. I want to make sure it looks very different than my jam jar because that was a little bit of a concern. But those are my 4 pieces, and now I'm going to sew them together. So I finished pickle jar. I have my 4 parts. I added the blue line like I said. If I were to redo this in the future or sell it or write up a pattern, I would make this a little taller and my label a little smaller. But I am super pleased, and again, that's the whole point of crocheting without a pattern, is that sometimes it's trial and error to get it just right. That's why I like this series, because I get to create little things and I can just learn and move on. So any other questions you have about crocheting without a pattern, let me know.